How's it going, everybody? This is Nathan at Kenton Equipment Company. We are Northern Kentucky and Greater Cincinnati area's 5-paw premier Kioti dealer, and I've got another tractor walkover today. I've done a whole bunch of these this year, and I'm happy to get them out. One of the models, there's not many left I have to do, but one of the models we have not been able to get our hands on. We've only had actually one come in this year, and we sold it very quickly, and then this one came in shortly thereafterwards. So this is the only one I've got left, but I wanted to get a video on it before I could get it out of here. This is the Kioti CX2510. Here, let's show you the model number. CX2510, but it's got the cab on it. And this is a really special model in Kioti's lineup, but not only Kioti's, in the whole tractor world. This is a compact tractor that you can put a loader and a belly mower on with a cab, but the cab has heat like normal, AC, and the AC is one of the special things. Not a lot of these have AC, and it's all wired for sound. You can put a radio in this, so it is very similar to the larger tractor cabs, but on a compact tractor with a belly mower under it. So this is the only model in Kioti's lineup that fits this bill. But again, in a lot of other tractor lineups, I think there's only one other tractor. I looked through 10 different brands, and I could only find one other model that would be anywhere close to this. So yeah, this is really special. I'm happy to go over it. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on the outside because it's basically identical to the CX open station that I've already got a video on the outside, but on the inside we're going to spend a ton of time, so I'll go quickly. First, we're going to start up here at the loader. This is the regular KL2510 that they put on the regular CX open station, and it's got about a 1,200 pound lift capacity to full height at pin. Pin is right here. It has skid steer quick attach up front. It comes standard with the bucket level indicator and the grill guard. It's very normal in construction like the other Kioti units, so it's got a really nice armored loader lines up front. All the loader lines are steel. All the flexible lines are armored here. It's really well made, well laid out. The whole loader is quick attach, so a lot of people will take off just the bucket, but if you're mowing grass and you want to reduce your total length, then you can take this loader off with the regular quick attach system. It comes on and off really easily, so you can take that off to basically get yourself a shorter total length whenever you're trying to get through your yard mowing grass, because it is a really nice grass mower machine. We don't have the deck on this one yet. They just got it up on rubber and got the loader on it. The deck is going to go on later. I do actually have a customer's here for service. The gentleman who bought the other one he's doing his 50-hour service, so I can show you the deck on that one, but it's basically the same as the other CX deck, so nothing really too different. So yeah, loader, 1,200 pound lift capacity. I have one customer with the CX open station who moves round bales with it. I'm not going to say they move them very far, very fast, but this is 1,200 pound loader lift capacity is going to be able to do small 4x5 round bales, nothing crazy, no 5x5s or 6x5s, but 4x5s they can do. And this is a deceivingly heavy tractor. It doesn't look very large, but if you spec this thing out with the loader, you put a mower under it, you fill the tires, you're very quickly approaching 4,000 pounds of total tractor weight. And as we know, weight moves weight, right? So it does a really good job. It can pick up those round bales. It doesn't need any counterballast on the back besides the filled tires, and it can move those things around pretty easily. Like I said, it's not going really fast, but they're able to take them off the back of the truck and put them in the barn. So it's a lot more tractor than what it appears on the outside. Under the hood, we have the very tried and tested 25 horsepower pre-emissions 3-cylinder. I'll open the hood here. It's real easy to do. You pull this pin, you pop the hood up, it's got a little lock, and it stays up on its own. So this is a 3-cylinder pre-emissions and regular injection pump diesel. It's the same, honestly, that they've had for a really long time. This CX has gone through 4 generations now. There was the CK20, the CK20S, the CK25, then the CK2510, and here we are at the CX, the 5th generation. So it's very tried and true. They've had this engine for a long time, runs great, very, very little problem out of it. No computer, nothing weird about it. Very easily maintenanceable. Up here you've got the radiator. You've got the battery. There's a radiator and a hydraulic oil cooler. Over here is the starter and the muffler and the alternator. All that stuff's on this side. And then over here is going to be the majority of your service stuff. You've got engine oil filter, engine oil dipstick, fuel pump, fuses. All that stuff is right here on this side. The fuel filter is actually on the back. I'm going to show you that later. But it's all really easily accessible. All the belts and stuff are easy to find and get to. It's just a really nice engine. We like it. It's been around a long time. On the unit itself, on the outside, we have got good sized tires. This is the same size tire you're going to see on this thing's main competition, which is, you know, a Kubota B series, or I guess now the LX series Kubota, John Deere 2 series, you know, tractors of that size, and they're all real similar on this tire. It's a lot bigger of a tire than what you see on a subcompact tractor. So that's kind of what distinguishes this from that. It's a little bit longer, a lot heavier, and on a lot taller rear tire and front tire. So it's a little bit more ground clearance than what a subcompact has. These do. On the outside of the cab, you've got front work lights. You've got outside mirrors. You've got, this is actually the same cab door that's on the bigger CKs and DKs. So it's a really nice long door. It opens really well on both sides. And actually that should be pointed out too. Not all of these open on both sides. This one you can climb in and out both sides. The other side has the step, but this side is also accessible if you have to bail out or if you just want to get in. You've got the actual air filtration. Those are the filters up there. So like I said, this cab has heat, AC, radio. It filters the incoming air from the outside. It's just like a big cab. On the back, we've got toolbox. We've got rear wiper and also front wipers standard, rear work lights. Here's the antenna. If you stick the radio in, it's already got the antenna wired in. You've got your front wiper fluid, your fuel tank, and the fuel tank is metal, and it is right on the back. So a little bit interesting to access, but it's a lot easier than what's on, you know, if it were on the center of the hood up front. That you have a lot more room up there because the fuel tank is back here. Probably if there were one issue with this location, it's visibility, right? So where the metal fuel tank sits right here, you don't have any windows or anything to see down. So if you're a little bit shorter stature and you're trying to see through the back, you might want to open this rear glass so you can peek over and see what's going on in your 3-point hitch. But besides that, it's a great location, easy to get to. Regular category 1 3-point hitch. You also lift around 1,000 or 1,200 pounds back here, 24 inches off. So it'll pick up any 4 or 5 foot implements that you want to run. Very, very accessible. You've got your normal Kioti raise and lower. You can raise and lower the 3-point hitch from the back. Drawbar comes standard. The service stuff back here that's really cool. If you don't do, you know, under the hood, the only things that you don't have under the hood are the fuel filter, which is right here. It also has a shutoff, and your hydraulic oil check and fill is right on the back. So super easy to access. Very, very serviceable tractor. This is all cast back here. Really nice, heavy made rear end. That's where all that weight comes from that I was talking about. I would highly encourage you to look at these in person. They're super clean and well made. Oh, also, the cab model gets a standard rear hydraulic remote, so that is already included on here. It also has a mid-PTO standard we're going to talk about. So it comes with a lot of standard features out of the box. There's a few things you can add to accessorize, but I mean, almost everything you need is right here. So moving around here, we've got the actual entry side, and this is what we're actually here for. Like I said, we'd quickly go over the outside. Oh, you know what? Before I go inside, I want to show you, here's our service row. I want to show you the deck on this thing. I told you we have a customer who has one of these in for service, and he's got the mower deck under it. His has been well loved in the last 50 hours. He's done a lot of, he says mowing, I say bush hogging, but he's done it. So it's the regular KM2560. It's the same mower deck that goes on the Open Station CX. It is fabricated. 60-inch deck, belt driven on the top, but with a gear drive to the gearbox. So it's all quick attach, drive over. Really, really easy to get to, all serviceable. There's the other side of it. So you have nice anti-scap wheels. It is a floating deck, so it hangs on the deck hangers. The one quirk about these mower decks is a little bit interesting. So you you raise and lower the deck from the inside, but the height is controlled by this pin. So basically you set the pin at wherever you want your stopping cut height to be, and then you lower that the lever down on the inside of the cab, and the deck stops at that stopper. So if I want it to be at, let's say 2 or 2.5 inches or something, I'll set this pin at the 2.5 inch mark, and then I'll just lower it on the inside and it stops at that 2.5 cut height. So if you want to change specific cut heights on the fly, you have to do it with this pin. That's not really normal. Most people pick a cut height and then they leave it there. But yeah, that's probably a quirky thing about it. You don't have a cut height adjustment inside the cab, but you do raise and lower the deck on the inside of the cab. So that's the mower deck. We'll walk back over here to the new one. Alright, let's see here. So on the inside of this cab, like I said, we can get in on both sides. There's a lot of really cool features. They gave it a lot of the stuff that the CX Open Station has, but you've also got this whole control panel over here for work lights, front and rear wipers, rear defrost is included. There's extra switch positions for other things you could stick on here. They make beacon lights and other extra work lights, or you can pop these out and put in your own custom stuff. I got a lot of customers that'll put light bars and things in here and they wire them up to switches. Full suspension seat. And this is the normal seat that they put on the big tractors. This guy has armrest, seat belt, full adjustable suspension. It's the same one you're gonna see in the big cabs, the big 45 and 50 horse cabs. Over here you got your loader control, and it's mounted tractor side. So it's right here, nice, comfortable, easy access. You've got a side-by-side hydrostat pedal. I've got some text doing some demos, so bear with the noise. So side-by-side hydrostat pedal, brake pedals, a hanger brake, you got the parking brake right there, hand throttle. In here we've got our road flashers, we've got another extra switch position. This is actually for a linked pedal. And then you've got cruise control that's standard. So this has standard cruise control built in already. Oh, let's see here. Over here you've got a mid PTO lever and a rear PTO lever. So this is a live PTO like what you'd see on a larger tractor. To turn the mower deck on, or to turn what, if you had a bush hog or something on the back, you hit the clutch, you move the lever into gear, and then you release the clutch and that equipment turns on. So kind of a bigger tractor setup here. You've got a high and low range on your hydrostat, right? And then over here, this is additional to the cab, you've got a cup holder, or I'm sorry, on this side it's an equipment holder. Over here is the cup holder. I've got my water in it. So you can put your phone or whatever in there. You've got 12-volt charging. You've got a cool auxiliary input or USB. And if you don't have a radio plugged into this, like this one doesn't have a radio yet installed, you can plug your phone right into the auxiliary, and you hit this auxiliary switch here, and you can play through the cab without even having a radio installed. It'll come right through your phone. That's already in there. Here we've got the regular switch relay, horn, turn signals, dash and headlights are all here. You've got tilt steering. And yeah, that's most of what's on the bottom side of here. This is very similar to, like I said, bigger Kioti tractors, just scaled down a little bit. Up here is your regular heat and AC, cab light. There is a sun visor, and I think there's an optional rear view mirror in here that you can put in as well. Your AC and heat, you've got all the normal full-size vents. So it's actually, the vents are a lot closer to you than what they would be on the larger cabs. There's a bunch of them. From what I've heard, the customer told me, who has this thing, he said you can absolutely run yourself out of here with the heat and the AC. It works really, really well. So no more mowing grass out in the sun all day. He loves this thing. He also, the reason he bought it, he had a subcompact, and he's got really bad allergies here. In northern Kentucky, we have some of the worst allergens. 9/10 of the year, it seems like there's something in the air that just ruins people's day. So he bought this for the air recirculation. He says he can mow his grass, he can be out there for hours, and he comes in, he's not dirty. He's not hot and sweaty. He's not sneezing. He's comfortable, and that's really the big kicker on this thing. And then I guess the only other thing up here there is air recirculation. So you can pull in fresh air or you can recirculate cab air, and that's all built in there. As far as visibility goes, nice big glass window in the front. You have lower glass windows. You can see your front tires. Like I said, the doors are full glass all the way across, so you can see all the way through. They are sealing, all this seals, so you have really nice low noise when you're inside the cab here. It does a really good job of isolating you. And then on the back, you can open that glass as well. So we can pop this guy open and we can see over the back and talk and get in some fresh air, whatever you want to do. All that stuff is standard equipment. This has not had anything added optional. That front and rear wiper, all that stuff is standard equipment on here. So yeah, that is a CX cab. I did a really quick walkover. So if there's anything I missed, feel free to leave a comment. I can answer any questions for you. I guess one of the most important things is price. So we can talk about that. I've actually got a price tag on this one. There's a few ways to build them and a few ways to buy them, right? So if let's say we put a mower deck on here, we use cash rebates and you know, all the setup with the loader, the mower deck, the tires filled, everything, you're going to be 28 or 29,000 as of right now, which is the end of 2022. If somebody wants to take the loader off, they're going to be, you know, 3,000 less than that. If somebody wants to take the mower deck off, they're going to be around 3,000 less than that. If somebody wants to use cash rebates, they're going to be, you know, a little bit less than that. So there's a lot of ways to build them and buy them, but you cannot break 30,000 unless you really spend some money and put all kinds of crazy stuff on here. So it is, let's say, between 25 and 30,000, depending on which attachments you put on it and you know, which accessories you might put on it, and that is going to get you all kinds of different 0% deals and everything. So it's priced really well. I highly encourage you to take that price and compare it to the competition for the full heat AC cab on the compact with a mower deck under it. It's really awesome, and we're excited about it. So if you're interested, I've got this one. I've also got others on a list coming, so I would highly encourage you to call me if you've got any questions on this thing. Like I said, my name is Nathan, and I am the sales manager here at our northern store at Kenton Equipment Company, Greater Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky's 5-paw premier Kioti dealer. You guys have a good day. Thanks.